Hi, it's Dr. Gregg Jantz, founder at the Center, a place of hope. Boy, hope. I love the word hope, and hope came really to us and our work here when clients years ago began to write on survey forms, this is a place of hope. This is a place of hope. And as a mental health counselor, my desire and in the 40-ish books that I have done over time is to be not only a representative of hope, but to be a person that practices the truths of whole person care. And one of the things we need to look at, all of us, I've had to look at it several times, is that am I on the treadmill of chronic stress? Am I living a lifestyle of chronic stress? When I say treadmill, it's those things that I keep doing and trying to go faster and faster in order to achieve a certain result. What's that look like? Well, a day that is so overpressured, where time is so condensed that there's no margin for fresh air, there's no margin to take a breath. It's an area that we all need to be aware of is how am I over pressurizing my time? And here's a few things to look for as you think about chronic, and I say chronic, has it been 6 months and that things continue to be in a stressful place? And maybe you're feeling one of these six things. Number one, it's beginning to impact health. When we look at health, I mean also emotional well being. We know that chronic stress over time has a direct correlation to the potential, many times, and many different research studies show us that chronic stress increases inflammation in the body, and that's the seedbed for potential disease in one's life, affects cardiovascular health, our digestion. We know that living with that chronic stress, that overbearing heaviness, that is then disrupting our sleep, it's disrupting our well being. We know that when we live that way, eventually for our body, it's a ticking time bomb. Something goes off at some point. We also know, and here's number two, do a checkpoint. Do I have an abundance of anger in my life due to chronic stress? Anger can be inward, anger can be outward, anger can be towards others, but it's that sense of internal, perhaps rage, or everything frustrates you. Everything is frustrating, and you find yourself in that constant state of irritability. Okay, that's a sign. That's a sign I'm overcooked. I'm overpressurized because it's affecting me emotionally, and usually what happens is it's anger that comes out of that, and we may surprise ourselves with just that sense of intensity that can be inside. Number three, am I trying to live up to others' expectations? And what I mean by that is the sense that I have to be a certain way or do certain things because it's what's expected of me. Now, we all have roles in our life. Maybe it's a role as a parent, and there's things that I need to do which are expectations that have to do with being responsible, normal things. But there's also expectation that may you feel like it's coming from somebody else, that you have to be a certain way, and you feel like you're living a life of unfulfilled expectations, and that creates a sense of chronic stress. That can be very real. The other one is what's happening. This is number four in our point of focus. Point of focus is very interesting. Where do you feel yourself drawn? Is it to the constant negative, the negative news, the negative people, your negative self? My point of focus can easily be pulled, and that point of focus can send me down really a depressed thinking mode. So my point of focus may be on looking at what is good that's going on. It's a beautiful day here. As I look out over my window, I see two birds flying across. Different perspective, a choice perspective. We have a perspective of optimism that can look differently than everything that's coming our way, maybe through the news or media or social media. But it's a choice perspective that is reflective of optimism, that says, despite what's going on around me, my point of focus is going to be on the good I can do and the good that is there in others, as well as gratitude, and have a heart of gratitude. And also, then number 5 is, what's my state of health in my relationships? Are my relationships being affected because of chronic stress? Am I short with others? Am I feeling less close? Do I have less of a desire to be with people that are important to me? Am I fostering health in my relationships, or am I isolating and pulling away? Just something else to look at. Finally, what's the measure of joy in my life? If I'm living under chronic stress, joy may be absence. And by that I mean the sense that you normally had of enthusiasm for the day, a sense of looking forward to what's ahead, waking up with a positive anticipation. When there's an absence of joy because of chronic stress, in place of that joy, you'll find it's more of depression. It's more of that heaviness that can just seem to be over you, that you go, wow, I just don't have the joy or the passion I used to have. All right, those are 5 just checkpoints to say, okay, what's the role of chronic stress in my life? And that can be and will be dealt with in a successful way. Many blessings.